Hey guys, it's Yaya Diamond. I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio. We have our author's edition coming up right now. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. So today we have a gentleman that works on Aristotle, and he's a classic. He can probably be better than I can. And I want to welcome. You know what? I'm probably going to torture his last name, so I'm just going to say William. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So tell us about yourself, because you started earlier telling me about yourself, but now I need to know.
All right, but first, should I press got it? Or
Should you what?
I have a big white box in front of your face.
Yeah, go ahead and press yes.
Get it? Got it?
Yeah,
There we are.
There you go.
Now you're a real person.
I am.
Well, I didn't know that until now.
So tell us about yourself.
I'll tell you about myself.
Yes.
Well, I'm an old man, but I've had done a lot of things along the way. Most importantly, I guess I got a Ph.D. in classics, Greek and Latin, and I've been a professor of Greek and Latin, and I've written books about Aristotle and his pupil Theophrastus. That's my publishing career. Now, what you're interested in today is a sidelight in my life.
Okay.
It's called cartooning.
Oh.
And perhaps should I go on now?
Yes, keep going.
I was very lucky, and I grew up in the country.
Mhm.
And when I got home from school, there was nobody to play with. So I had to do something. I was a nervous kid, so I had to do something. So I got a crayon and I started drawing cartoons. And I would get the last week's newspaper and look up the comic section and trace or draw to do these things. So very early in life, I enjoyed making cartoons. And that's how this book got started. Not this book, but how cartooning got started, just plain by being left alone. It's wonderful when you're left alone. Think what you can do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Wow.
I used to make cartoons of Dick Tracy, Flat Top, Bugs Bunny, all this stuff. But I had a transformative experience when I finally got out of school in Pennsylvania. I went on to Princeton University, where the mascot is a tiger.
Oh.
And so I started drawing tigers. But why not? There was no Dick Tracy at Princeton, but there were tigers all over the place. So I developed a tiger. I'm not thinking that I'd someday write a book or publish a book full of tigers, but just because it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it became such fun that I started cartooning things around me at Princeton. And I'll just mention one obvious thing. I used to wrestle. I learned to do that in school.
Mm-hmm.
And at Princeton, I went out for the wrestling team. And we happened to have had a pretty good wrestling team freshman year and right through senior year. And lo and behold, we won the Ivy League. And the Ivy League is Princeton, Harvard, Yale, all these.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Well, in those days, it was a bunch of old men and old boys. Women were not included. But that's what I did. I started drawing pictures, and I started collecting. Just not really know. This is, of course, we're back at 1950 something, 1958, 59, that sort of thing. And I started collecting the things I drew, not realizing there was a future for them. But at some point, I said to myself, "Hey, wait a minute. We should collect, or I should collect this stuff," and that I did. And it makes up the contents of Tiger Cartoons. And the very first cartoon, if I can hold it up and show it, The very,
Definitely.
very first cartoon. Now you'll have to tell me if you can you see it?
I can go back some, go back, go back. Yeah, now go up. Aha, got it.
The very first cartoon shows me, at least a fantasy of me, freshman year. No, this would be then junior, senior year at Princeton, holding beer, class of '58, and the Ecce Puer Tigris. I wrote in the '50s because I was studying Latin.
Mm.
And PU Gym means Princeton University Gym, where I went and wrestled. Now, if we just go a little further, hang on, there we go. Princeton didn't have girls in those days, but we imported them. And I met a young girl down in New Jersey in the summer, and I decided I should invite her up to Princeton because there were no girls there in those days. And we started dating, if you will. That's what you said in those days.
Hmm.
And I drew a picture of her. In those days, you won the heart of a girl, not by holding her hand, but by doing things like cartooning. And here she is. If it's coming through on your end, you can see the
Yes.
picture of her. She's being really naughty. She's pouring beer on her head.
I see that.
And she's holding a what do you say, a cup or a beer mug. She's holding a beer mug that says beat Yale. And of
Ah,
course, Yale was our big rival. And yeah, stop there. And she's, well, as you can see, she's got her legs have turned into an eight, and she's
go up a
holding
little
on.
bit. Go up.
Her
There you
legs
go.
have turned
Ah,
into
58.
and 58. So that's the start of this book. It's where it all started. And the first chapter of the book that's its title, Where It All Started.
Wow.
And here we go. It says, notice in cauda, that means a knot in the tail. So I'm claiming her as my own, I suppose. Goodness knows what I was thinking way back then. But I put a knot in her tail, and I don't suppose her mother liked that at all.
No,
But
probably
we
not.
ended up, I'm trying to, hang on. So anyway, this this developed from senior year, and we ended up getting married.
You did? Go up a little bit.
There we go.
Oh
There we
my
go. There's
gosh,
a
look
picture.
at you guys.
And this is a chapter called growing a growing family. And this is a family at 5 years. And you'll see the
I can see the top. I
the
can't see the
girl.
bottom.
You know, there's a girl and there's a
Go
boy.
back. Go back
Huh?
more. Go back. Back it up so that we can see the whole picture. There you go. Like
There
that.
you
Yeah.
Good. Well, the boy is here.
Hmm.
And that's one of our children, of course. Lots have happened in the meantime from the first picture you saw at this event. But
Right.
why not jump through a few years? And then the daughter's over here. And look at his smile. If you can see the boy's smile,
Oh, it's
you'll know
smirky.
he's up to no good.
Oh, yeah.
He, he's obviously thinking ahead and ignoring his parents, who are only scantily dressed. I'm wearing a necktie, and Connie's got a skirt on.
Yeah.
But that's sort of an artist's license, so that we didn't go
Yeah.
around looking like that all the time. So so we had a lot of fun, and then 10 years go by, and we have an additional child,
Oh my
and
goodness. Go up a little bit.
he's sitting there
Oh,
with helicopter propellers on his head. He's got,
I see that.
yeah, nifty kid. He was really good. He still is a nifty kid. So that's how it all got started. And that's the first
Wow.
chapter of the book, how it all got started. It had to go. We went to Princeton, whose mascot is a tiger,
Yeah.
and a tiger is a very ferocious animal whom we must respect. Nothing like the Yale bulldog, was fat, squat, but sits on the ground, and nothing like Harvard. For the Harvard uh, are to the crimson rose true. Now, crimson roses are the mascot, or anything you get, they just tear them apart. But a tiger, that's worth drawing. And I've spent many, many years drawing tigers just for the fun of it. I had no idea I was
Wow.
going to publish a book. Christmas card from time to time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump ahead 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
This is 40 years, so it'd be 35 years. But at 45 years, I record a blip in our happiness. We had gone off. No, more to start over again, Billy. I had gotten a fellowship to do classics, Aristotelian studies in Europe.
Mm.
But that meant I was going to be in Europe for a whole year, which I didn't want to be, and I would miss Princeton reunions,
Mm.
something that all Princetonians should attend. And may I just add that I am organizing the 65th reunion, which is only a few weeks away.
Oh wow.
But in any event, I say here, I feel like a fish out of water because I'm in Europe when I want to be in America.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to stop after this. And I had a recovery. I didn't stay always miserable. Rather, my good wife, Connie, got out my reunion jacket, which is now on the tiger you can see here. That's a
Yeah.
reunion jacket. And we planned to get home back to America in time for Princeton reunions. And it made me very, very, very happy. Foolishness, yes, of course, but some of us enjoy being just a little foolish. OP. Anyway, we ended up with 3 children, and they had children. And here's a cartoon I did of my Kansas family, my daughter and her children. Yeah, that's my granddaughter. That's my granddaughter, who is an artist. That's my wife, and there's a grandson. And these just are all fun things. But I've put them all together. And some of them, of course, are quite important.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Some of them are pet. Now, I want to just say something about Princeton reunions. Princeton reunions are typically 5-year events. Those of us who are crazy go every year, but on the whole, it's a 5-year event. And at the 25th reunion, each class chooses a jacket that it will wear.
Mm-hmm.
And the classes fight furiously over jackets. And my class, I thought it would fall apart because there were some stuffy people, typically from, well, I better not, but typically nose high. They wanted only a blue blazer that they could wear to the country club. But those of us who didn't have a country club wanted orange and black jacket that we could wear to reunions. And that's what we fought over at the 25th. And it was finally decided that this will be our class jacket. Wonderful. Look at that. Can you see that on the
Yeah.
screen?
Back up a little bit. Back up. There you go. I can see it now.
That is a man named Hugh Fairman, who's won the day. He was a class officer, and he went out and he had this jacket made especially to have his photograph taken. And it was so popular that the class finally voted for this to be our reunion jacket. And
Oh,
I've done this cartoon within the last year to honor Hugh in the book that is being published, Tiger Cartoons.
wow.
Oh, dear, one has to laugh. There are just a lot of crazy people in this world like me. But we have fun. Come on now. All right. Now time moves on, and here's a picture of us at our 60th reunion, sitting there in the class jacket, and and having a big banner behind us. 60th reunion. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
And now I want to
So
show you
so different.
I want to show you another thing. This is also from the 60th reunion. But here we are, the tiger riding again. Rock on 58. That was the theme that year. So I did a cartoon of a tiger sitting on a rocking horse, carrying the class banner 58. And you can imagine him rocking back and forth like this.
My goodness, you've done something so different. So you've taken your whole life and you've drawn it out.
Yeah. Now I want to bring you right up to date because I told you that I'm organizing or have organized the 65th reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am in the class cartoon that I did. Two guys in jackets. The guy in the middle has lost his jacket and he's hoping somebody's going to find one and return it so he can go to reunions properly dressed. And we have here a little cheer. We're feeling fine. We're doing great. We're the class of 58. Now,
Wow.
in case you missed that, let me do it once more for you. We're feeling fine. We're doing great. We're the class of 58. So that's what's coming up in another month in my life. And I'm
Wow.
really excited for it. But don't think that Princeton is all about drinking beer and getting old. The book finally shifts to the recent, well, not so recent. Here's a picture of wrestling and the 1956 team that won the Ivy League championship. And so I did this cartoon of it way, way back, soon when I was still in college in 1956. And I've been doing wrestling cartoons ever since. And I just enjoy doing it.
Wow.
Oh, dear giddy
Wow.
golly. Now and here we go. This is one of my favorite cartoons. Now, surely nobody could guess this without a background, but you can see that there's on this side of the picture, the guy's taking a shower,
Okay.
and the other guy there is a man named Art Tebbett. He's unfortunately deceased, as most of my classmates are. He's unfortunately deceased, but he was a very, very good wrestler, and he couldn't hang on to this guy that's in the shower because he had oiled himself. He
Ah.
was he was on the Cornell wrestling team, which was favored to win the Ivy League, and we beat him. But we beat him because Art walked off the mat, got to the referee, and said, "I can't hold on to this person, but I'm very good on top. He must be oiled." And the referee went to him, went to the boy from Cornell, stroked him up and down, smelled his fingers, and he said, "You're right. He's been oiled."
Mm.
And so he sent the Cornell team down to the showers to clean themselves off. You can see this guy's in a shower now. That's water coming down. And there he is. There's his butt. He's in the shower.
Ah.
He's in the shower. There is. But the Cornell, the referee, had to send them back for a second shower. They
Oh
were
my
so
gosh.
determined to be slippery. So this act, outrageous act by the Cornell wrestling team, is now going to be published and hopefully immortalized forever.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely crazy.
All right. Now, there are other things in this book that are worth paying attention to. One is sailing. This is how we got various women from my family in. Here we've got a picture of my wife steering and a slightly younger man sailing off Barnegat Bay, and they won the Bay Championship that
Awesome.
year.
Go up a little bit so we can see because
Up a little
okay, there we
ahead.
go.
Yes,
Okay.
they
All
won the
right.
debate championship that year.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good. Which I didn't want people to think this was only a book about men wrestling and things like that. No, no, women can get in it too if they do something important. And here we have my daughter on a boat. She's this one, I guess. She was 10 years, a decade behind Connie in a bay championship, but she won a bay championship. So now it really gets to be difficult to picture a tiger under a spinnaker going downwind.
Go up.
Go up, there
There
we
you
are.
go. Uh-huh.
There we go. So we have any number of things you could do with cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And this book is meant to exhibit that. And I'll just give you one or two more fun things. This is this is a Christmas card.
Oh.
That's a Christmas card. And yeah, Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. And if you go over to the inside of the card, if I can accomplish that, yes, here we are. Here is the old man sitting in front of a hat collecting money.
Ugh.
Please put a penny in the old man's hat.
Go down so we can see the hat.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Up. Go up. All the
yeah.
go up more.
Up more. Oh, there we
Yeah,
are.
up more. Keep going up. Keep going. I don't see the old man's hat. His cane. Keep going. Oh, I see the hat now.
There's the hat. Well, it's an
Yeah.
old hat. He's an old man. He
He's the
should
old
have an old
man. Oh
hat.
yeah. So back up a little bit so that it's not so close because it's too close. Like near your face is good.
All right.
There we go. Yeah. Oh
Please
my
put a
gosh, it's the old
penny in
man's
the
hat.
old man's hat.
Yep.
All right. I got just one more, I guess, here I'll put to you. Oh, well, when COVID came just a couple of years ago now,
Right.
I decided to express the mood of the country in
Ah,
this
it's the Grinch.
cartoon. And here, this guy over here is saying it's the Grinch at Christmas, but this guy saying no, it's COVID, and that's a pretty good assessment. You can have a Grinch that turns you off, or you can have a COVID epidemic, and that's where we were 3 years ago, Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't tease you any longer, but I will.
That's great. I like that. I like the idea that you took your entire story and drew it out as tigers. That is
Yeah.
just wonderful. And you said you have other books as well.
Oh well, I mean, this is a sidelight in my existence or life or whatever you say, because well, I'm most famous for most famous. If anybody has ever heard of me, if anybody has ever heard of me, it's for working on Aristotelian philosophy, and especially his first pupil, a man named Theophrastus. Theophrastus. He was a Greek who succeeded Aristotle as head of the Peripatetic school and made quite considerable contributions way back in the BCs, 400 BC.
Wow.
And that's what I did. I've written something like 6 books on Greek philosophy.
Wow.
And that's been my career.
Mhm.
And the wonderful part about it is, of course, we did well enough, so we were invited to Europe frequently, and we lived in Holland and oh goodness knows, England and Germany. Germany was where we did most of our work. And I even write in German, but I don't recommend that for people who like to have fun with cartoons.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, that's me. There's
Well,
nothing more to tell.
William, thank you so much for sharing your book with us.
Well, you're very nice to let me.
So it's coming out soon. When is it coming out?
The book should be out within a month
Mm-hmm.
because I want to take it to Princeton reunions, the 65th reunion, which I'm running. And I want to take it and give copies to some of my close friends and tease others by sort of saying, don't you want to order a copy? And it will be out, I say, within a month.
That's wonderful. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
Well, we're
yeah,
gonna have the link in the description box so people can actually go ahead and grab it when it's ready.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see my box at this moment, but it's going to be easy enough to get. You can always go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon's
That's what
sells
we're gonna
little.
do. We're gonna go ahead and put that link in the description box so it'll be easy for you guys to go ahead and grab that when it comes available. Right now it
Yeah.
says unavailable, out of stock. It's because it's not on the shelves yet. So just keep your eye out because it should be out within the month. I want to thank you so much, William, for being on the show. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's very rare anybody invites me at this age.
Oh, well, you know what? You have a lot to give and we want to
Uh,
learn.
I am having fun. I'm having fun. I've never stopped giggling.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is a great advice right there. Never stop giggling. But
Thank
thank you so much. And thank
Okay,
you
thank
guys so
you.
much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And until next time, guys, bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time that I upload. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. I dare to be